Alright, what's up you guys? Good to be back. I figured I would throw a really quick video together because there's this really cool tip that I think works really well for metalworking projects. Now, anytime I build something out of square tube or round tube, if I feel like it's going to be something that kids are using, like in this case a bunk bed, it's always a wise idea to weld the caps closed, or like the ends of the pipe. That way they're not putting their finger in it or getting cut by sharp pieces of metal and things like that. Now this particular project isn't the bed frame itself, but it's the railing that I'm building for the bunk bed. There's something that I recently started doing, and I found that if you go on Amazon, you can order plastic end caps for the different sizes of square tubing. In this case I used 1 inch, and they even give you a little bit of a guide video on how to measure properly and make sure you're getting the right caps. So I'm going to show you guys what I did, show you which ones I ordered, and just give you a little rundown. This is super useful, and it makes it to where you don't spend all the extra time and material trying to weld little squares on the ends of the pipe. So check this out. Hopefully this helps out. Alright, so here's one of the rails I welded for the bunk bed yesterday, and you kind of see what I've got going. It's gonna just bolt onto the sides, and it looks tall because the mattress comes up high, but when you actually get it up there, let's see. This, it ends up being a pretty good height right above it. Should be cool. So these seem to be pretty easy as far as options go, but usually what you need to know is what wall thickness your tubing is. And it seems like there's only about 2 different sizes. You're going to have one cap that's meant more for a thick wall tubing and one that's meant for thin wall tubing. So that's the main thing. Measure your outside diameter or outside length to know if you've got 1 inch or 1.5 inch or whatever tubing. But then you need to look at the wall thickness or use a caliper and see if you've got something within like the, I want to say it's like 14 to 20 gauge range, or if you've got the thicker wall tubing that might be 10 to 14. So other than that, there's not a whole lot of details to know, but that's definitely important because if you get the caps that are incorrect for your tubing, they're just not going to fit right. Alright, I hope this tip is useful for some of you guys out there doing metalwork. Now, there's a few updates. As far as the Vaydor, that's always the big question. How's it going? Well, currently, I've got the body just about ready to paint. But what I decided to do is take some time to revamp my whole garage. So I've taken probably a month off from the Vaydor project, and my garage is to a point where when I start the paint job, everything's going to be so much smoother. I'm doing a paint mixing room, I'm revamping the paint booth, actually wiring my paint booth fan up to the proper switch that it's supposed to have. So there's just a lot of changes that have been made, but the project is still underway, and the next video is actually almost done, where I kind of completed some of the build areas of the body. So you guys should be looking out for that, and then before you know it, I'll have videos going up with more paint work being done. Thanks again for all the support, and I'll see you guys on the next one.